Forget those all-inclusive resorts, the ones that promise you a plastic sanitized version of paradise. We're going straight to the heart of it all, Puerto Rico, where the food tells a story, a history, a soul. Over the next few minutes, we're diving into the 10 places you absolutely can't miss on your culinary pilgrimage to this island. Buckle up everyone, it's going to be a bumpy and delicious ride. Located in a beautifully restored colonial building in Old San Juan, the 1919 restaurant is a study in contrasts. The atmosphere is elegant with high ceilings, exposed brick walls, and a real sense of history. Chef Juan Jose Cuevas has created a menu that is both sophisticated and approachable, a celebration of Puerto Rican flavors with a modern twist. We're talking about dishes like seared scallops with a sofrito emulsion, the delicate sweetness of the scallops perfectly balanced by the savory sofrito. Then there's the slow-roasted pork belly with pigeon peas and a guava glaze, a symphony of textures and flavors that will have you licking your plate. Cuevas's ever-changing creations are a culinary adventure, a chance to taste the best of what Puerto Rico has to offer. This is the kind of food that stays with you, a reminder that food can be both delicious and thought-provoking. Let's be honest, sometimes all you want is some good fried food. And when that craving hits you in San Juan, there's only one place to go, La Alcapurria Quema. This unassuming spot in the Santurce neighborhood is a love letter to the art of frying, a celebration of all things crispy, golden, and absolutely irresistible. We're talking about alcapurrias, of course, those savory fritters made with a dough of yautía or green plantains, filled with your choice of ground beef, crab meat, or vegetables. They also serve bacalaitos, crispy codfish fritters that are a Puerto Rican staple, as well as rellenos de papa, potato balls filled with seasoned ground meat. This is the kind of food that's meant to be eaten with your hands, the kind of food that makes you want to lick the grease off your fingers. It's not fancy, but it's so good. Perched on a hill in the Miramar neighborhood, Casita Miramar is the kind of place you stumble upon by accident and thank your lucky stars you did. With its breathtaking views of the Atlantic Ocean and a menu that changes daily based on the freshest local ingredients, it's a hidden gem worth seeking out. Chef Robbie McCurdy brings a fresh perspective to Puerto Rican cuisine, using local ingredients to create amazing dishes. We're talking crispy fish tacos with pickled onions and a chipotle aioli that will make you lick your fingers. McCurdy's version of mofongo is made with yuca instead of plantains, giving it a unique texture and a slightly sweet flavor that pairs perfectly with the savory chicken stew. Grab a seat on the outdoor terrace, order a mojito, and watch the sun sink below the horizon as you savor the flavors of the Caribbean. This is the kind of place that makes you want to linger, soak up the atmosphere, and savor every bite and every moment. Look, I get it. You came to Puerto Rico for mofongo, for tostones, for the classics. But Picayo, tucked away in the Condado Plaza Hilton, is a reminder that this island's food scene is as diverse and exciting as its people. Chef Huilo Benet is a master of fusion, blending traditional Puerto Rican flavors with global influences, creating a symphony of tastes that will make your taste buds sing. Picayo is an experience, a culinary journey that will take you from the familiar to the unexpected, all while showcasing the best of Puerto Rican ingredients. So put on your fancy pants, order another cocktail, and prepare to have your mind blown. Listen up, meat lovers. If the thought of juicy, slow-roasted pork makes your mouth water, then El Chibarrito in Guavate is your promised land. Forget your fancy steakhouses and Michelin stars. This is where you come to experience the simple pleasure of perfectly cooked meat. Located in the heart of Puerto Rico's pork highway, El Jibarito is an institution, a temple dedicated to the art of roasting a pig to perfection. We're talking whole hogs, seasoned with adobo and garlic, slowly turning over open flames, the skin crackling to a perfect golden brown. Grab a plate, pile it high with juicy pulled pork, crispy chicharron, morcilla, blood sausage for the uninitiated, and don't forget the arroz con gandules, rice and pigeon peas cooked in pork fat for an extra layer of flavor. Wash it all down with an ice-cold medalla and let the meat sweats begin. So loosen your belt, grab a bib, and get ready to get messy at El Jibarito. Forget your fancy white tablecloths and stuffy waiters. La Casita Blanca, tucked away in a residential neighborhood in Old San Juan, is the kind of place where you can kick back and enjoy some really good Puerto Rican home cooking. This family-run place has been serving up traditional dishes for over 60 years, and stepping through its doors is like stepping back in time. Start with an order of alcapurrias, golden fried fritters filled with ground beef and llauria, a root vegetable that's a staple of Puerto Rican cuisine. Then move on to the mofongo, a mountain of mashed plantains, garlic and pork cracklings, served with your choice of fillings, from stewed chicken to fried pork. This is the kind of food that warms you from the inside out, the kind of food that makes you feel like part of the family. Look, I'm not going to lie to you. Finding Jose Enrique's restaurant in the Santurce neighborhood of San Juan is like trying to find a sober Irishman on St. Patrick's Day, almost impossible. There's no sign, no menu posted outside, just a line of hungry locals snaking down the street, a testament to the culinary magic happening inside this modest building. Step inside, and you'll be greeted by a chaotic symphony of clanging pots, sizzling pans, and the intoxicating aromas of home-style Puerto Rican cooking. This is the kind of place where the menu changes daily, dictated by the chef's whims and the bounty of the local markets. One day it might be a whole fried snapper, its crispy skin glistening with oil, the flesh flaky and moist, served with a side of rice and beans. The next day it might be a steaming bowl of mondongo, a tripe stew that will test the limits of your culinary adventurousness. But trust me, whatever Jose Enrique is cooking, it's going to be good. Let's be honest, you can't talk about Puerto Rican food without talking about Chef Jose Santaella. His restaurant, tucked away in a renovated warehouse in Santurce, is a love letter to the bounty of the island, a celebration of fresh, local ingredients transformed into culinary masterpieces. Forget your molecular gastronomy and fussy foams. Santaella is all about authentic flavors, the kind that make you want to lick your plate clean and then order seconds. Start with the ceviches, bursting with the bright citrusy flavors of the Caribbean, the freshest catch of the day kissed by lime and ají amarillo. Then move on to the slow-roasted pork shoulder, so tender it falls apart at the touch of a fork, the skin crispy with just the right amount of salt and fat. Santaella takes this classic dish to new heights, elevating it to an art form. Forget your sterile, air-conditioned tourist traps. La Estación, located in a beautifully restored 19th century firehouse in Ponce, is the real deal. A place where the past whispers through the exposed brick walls, and the food is a celebration of Puerto Rican heritage. We're talking slow-cooked stews bubbling in clay pots, the kind of aromas that hit you the moment you walk in the door. The mofongo here is legendary, a symphony of fried plantains, garlic and pork cracklings that will have you loosening your belt a notch or two. But it's the asopao that will steal your heart, a hearty gumbo, swimming with chicken, rice, and a soul-stirring broth that speaks of generations past. La Estación is more than a meal, it's an experience. So grab a seat under the watchful gaze of the firehouse's old heroes, order another round of medalla, and soak it all in. Tucked away in the heart of San Juan, Marmalade is the brainchild of Peter Schindler, a chef who traded Michelin-starred kitchens in New York for the vibrant pulse of Puerto Rico. This isn't your grandma's tablecloth kind of place, although the respect for fresh local ingredients is evident in every bite. We're talking foie gras terrine with guava paste, a playful dance of rich and tangy. Then there's the grilled octopus, smoky and tender, served with chorizo and a citrus vinaigrette. Schindler has a good nose, curating a selection that will take you from crisp albarinos to bold riojas. You came to Puerto Rico for mofongo, for tostones, for the classics. But Marmalade is a reminder that this island's culinary scene is as diverse and dynamic as its people. So put on your fancy pants, order another bottle, and let the good times and the conversation flow. There you have it, the 10 best places to eat in Puerto Rico. From the small joints serving greasy fritters to the fancy restaurants pushing the boundaries of Puerto Rican cuisine, this island has something to offer every palate. So ditch the tourist traps, grab a fork, and get ready to experience the real Puerto Rico, one delicious bite at a time. And remember, as we say on this beautiful island, buen provecho!